Hey, hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to Golf North Wales. Something a little different today. I've got my little altar with my iPad present. We're going to pretend to look through some numbers. We're going to try our very best. So this was a suggestion from Colin. I hope I'm saying that right, Colin. But we've done 3-wood versus 5-wood and hybrid versus long iron, which was something that I wanted to do because it was a question that worked in my bag. But obviously I'm understanding that it's not the question that everyone's got. So Colin's asked if we can just do a little comparison in between a 5-wood and a 4 hybrid. So that's something we're going to do today. We've got Scott set up in front of TrackMan 4 and we're just going to get him to hit maybe 10 of each, and we're just going to try and have a look at the numbers. How far are we imagining the greens out there before we go, Scott?
Well, with a 5-wood I'm looking for around about a 220 to 225 roll.
So if we say, okay, so we're going to top out with your 5-wood, which is 220, and we'll leave our imaginary green at 220 for the hybrid as well.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have a quick look, we're going to run through this, we're going to have a quick look at how Scott gets on, and is there a place for both in his bag? Because we may find out today that there really is no place to have both, and he's better off one than the other. So if we start off, Scott, hitting from where you are. I've got my little iPad in front of me on my little altar. I am not a priest. I did want to be one when I was a child, actually.
You did.
I was reading the Bible and everything.
Illustrated Bible with all the pictures and everything, because you can't read.
I got a degree, you bugger.
Doesn't mean you can read.
Right, 5-wood to start then.
Bit of a low one,
That's very low for you, but thing is, we are looking, obviously,
because it's low,
all sorts of strikes.
low and runny. The spin rate straight out the bag is where you'd want to be with the driver.
2-2, yeah.
That's why
2-3.
It's carried 198 and run out to 230, so that's a little bit long of where I'd want.
Yeah, I think if you were hitting a 5-wood, that's probably very long. You've probably gone 10 yards long of the green if you were hitting that.
Yeah. So let's go again.
I think that one will represent your 5-wood a little better.
Yeah.
Again,
cutty one.
if I just go through the spin there, we've got a club speed of 90.5. It's relatively slow for you, I'd assume.
It is, yeah.
Again, 2.5 spin, it's real low, but a total at 230. So I'll be honest, straight off the bat, I'm not expecting you to get a hybrid out there.
No, not me.
So, but we'll carry on.
I think we're probably only going to need 5 shots.
Yeah, if we hit another 3 like that, we'll carry on, but we'll try and get at least 5 good uns. I said 10, because if I was hitting 5 good uns, it'd probably take me 20. So. That's another solid one. See, that's more representative of how you'd hit it on the course.
Yeah, well, the spin's up, which is good.
Speed's up, a mile an hour. Spins up, probably double, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we've got a total of 203, so it's probably in between. Yeah. We'll hit another 2, because I think they're quite representative of you with a 5-wood, if we're being 100%. Honest.
Yeah. The efficiency's good though, the smash, I like that. Ball speed needs to creep up a bit, but this is what happens when you're 5'2".
Again, I think that one's going to represent your strike much better with a 5-wood.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that it's a poor strike, it's more because of the height. You tend to get quite a high trajectory on your 5-wood, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I play it for.
Right, one more then, and then we'll switch up to the hybrid.
My attack angle's nice and consistent. It's staying around about 4 down.
Yeah, it's
quite
good.
liking that.
It's very good.
I do need to look at the spin numbers though. Saying that, I'm happy-ish. Bit of a wafter.
Right, so if we jump into the 4 hybrid then, Scott, I think that's quite a good representation, because we know you can bomb one out there with a wood. Yeah. It's usually a 3-wood rather than a 5-wood with you with that low trajectory, but again,
the first 2 sort of gives you that idea that it can be bombed out there. But
yeah, for sure, yeah. Right, so 4 hybrid.
I got really down on that last one.
It's my attack angle. Bomber. Well,
Let's not forget
for the
that.
purpose of today's test, we are actually using a full-length hybrid, not Scott's one
Yeah,
length.
I'd normally game a 1-length hybrid, but that's where the gap in my bag allows me to play both.
Yeah.
Because it is going to come up a bit shorter. The club head speed with my 1-length hybrid is around about 82 mile an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 iron length, obviously I'm shorter because I'm short. So let's have a look. That launch angle's very low, so I wouldn't be expecting that with a hybrid. It's normally your forte, that, isn't it?
It is indeed. Tell you what, you sound like you're right old smacking these, doesn't it? I think we need to get you out on the course ASAP. Might play to your handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah, good strike. Again, 210. So we are mixing around, aren't we, really?
Yeah. When you look at the numbers, they're all jumping into each other unless I get the bomb out there.
Yeah.
I am giving these a little bit of effort. So if I, you know, that's what you've got to do with these comparisons. But if I try and play a gaming shot, you might see that change.
Let's carry on as we are.
Yeah, exactly.
For the time being.
Give it a fair test.
Low runner. Little left, but again, we're out there at 217.
But this is very representative of what I can do with a hybrid. It tends to go left more often than right.
Yeah, I'd
whereas
say
with
so.
the 5-wood, I get a little bit of a power fade going on.
This is just something to add, obviously, with different clubs. Just maybe if you're a fader of the ball, doesn't mean you're going to fade the ball with every club.
Of course not.
Different clubs, falling all over the place, but how upright and how flat different clubs are, they're obviously going to have an effect on just how you swing each club can have a different effect. So even if these go exactly the same yardages, they may end up being great in Scott's bag just because of the fact that if he needs to play a little fade, he knows he's got the 5-wood,
yeah.
And if he needs to play a draw, he knows he's got the hybrid.
Yeah.
But let's say if he needed extra clubs in the bag, obviously you could take one out, but for the time being, certainly in his bag, he doesn't need to have any space for anything extra.
No.
So again, if this is something you can test on your own, you may find that this is the only difference, that they play different shape of shots. Right, we'll hit 2 more, Scott.
Yep. That's going to be a low one.
Jesus wept.
That's the problem.
1/8 spin with a hybrid, but
yeah.
What's the launch angle there?
4.3.
4 degrees. Fantastic.
But that is a gameable shot.
Definitely.
In reality.
Yeah. Well, the places we've been playing recently,
You'd be happy with that.
you'll notice if you look back to our Christmas special and the Nevin video, that's what was needed. Played
Especially
these
in that
quite well, I
wind.
just didn't get the shape right, did I?
Yeah.
Last one then.
It's probably the best one I've hit.
Definitely, total of 207. Much better launch angle, but we've got the fade there, so more representative of the 5-wood. So if we're going to have a quick look at the data, Scott.
Yep. Let's have a look at the groupings. The yellow blips are the hybrid, and the white blips are the 5-wood. You can see as the dispersion goes with regards to shot pattern, the 5-wood is more reliable because I know I'm going to get the fade from it.
Well, so if we look, if we're looking at the dispersion of the two, we've got, for yardage dispersion, the hybrid is probably 20 yards better off.
It's very much a tighter.
It's all within 15 yards.
Yeah.
If that, no, it's probably within 10. But with 5-wood, I say obviously these numbers are very personal to Scott, but I say if he was hitting a thin, long green, he's hitting the 5-wood. If he's hitting a long and thin in this way, in lengthways, he's hitting the hybrid. But if we talk, is there a place in the bag for both? Again, I'll just add, obviously straight to Colin, this is something that obviously you will need to, or it'd be best if you check this for yourself. But Scott obviously sees the benefit of having both because he's been able to hit 2 different shaped shots rather than having to try, because what goes into Scott's game tends to be if he's trying to hit a fade with the club he doesn't hit a fade with, he tends to overdraw it, and vice versa. If he tries to draw a club that he fades with, he'll tend to overfade it. But in reality, there's definitely a place in the bag for both in this case.
As to where it fits into my game, I will just hit 2 shots with my 1-length hybrid to show you where this fits in. It is a 4 hybrid. I'm just changing the numbers up.
So Scott's just going to demonstrate something here with, he's using my hybrid today, which is full length, so that's a better representation of hybrid and 5 wood.
Because not everybody is going to want to play a 1-length hybrid.
I certainly wouldn't want to, but nonetheless, we're going to hit a few to see where this fits into Scott's bag, because this is something else. This is probably more, if he had a normal length shaft, this would probably be more like a 5 hybrid than a 4. There we go, good hit.
And that's where the gap appears in my bag then, because
around
that
about
is totaling out to around about 187 to 190.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you can see, the club head speed is a lot lower. That is a little bit slower than what I'm capable of, but it's a very good representation of what happens on a golf course.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You get tired, you lose speed. It's as simple as that. So the spin numbers are much better.
Yeah, that's 4, 6 now.
So one more, and this should be a good, well, dispersion horizontally. It's not going to be great because I can do both shapes with this without knowing which one's going to come out the bag. Oh, that's a bit of a wafter, but again, that is what happens with this club. So one more, just to try, one more good one to try and get a good representation of where the gap fits in my bag.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, 195.
Yeah.
Lovely looking shot. But just in summary, really, it's something that will definitely need to be tested in everyone's bag. As you can just hear from Scott speaking about his own hybrid, which is 1 length. He's looked into this in depth, and he obviously sees the crossover between a full length hybrid and a 5 wood, which has then meant he's right, I've got this 1 length, where does that fit into the bag? And he's comfortable playing a 1 length. Yeah. It's certainly not for everyone. But if Scott would have been hitting the regular length hybrid this sort of in this way, then that'd be in the bag instead of the 1 length. It's
throw something in there
for you. A comparison.
This is a good example of why testing, if you can get to a facility like this one, and you've got the opportunity to do gap testings with your pro, you've got the opportunity to do gap filling in your bag, go and test. It's the best thing to work out where you are.
In reality, doing this sort of thing and doing it well, it can certainly shave a couple of shots of your handicap
100%.
Quite easily if you get them gaps filled in.
Yep.
But yeah, again, if there's any sort of these comparisons you do want to see, if there's any more of them or anything more in depth than we've looked at today, please just hit them in the comments, and obviously be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell icon below just so you can see a few more of these popping up. But Scott, thanks for hitting some balls, I suppose.
My pleasure.
And Colin, thank you very much for the suggestion.
Yep, cheers, Colin.
We'll definitely see you in the next video. Ta-ta.